Eaton here in the Betty Crocker Kitchens. I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful recipe by Julie Van Rosendaal at dinnerwithjulie.com.
I'm going to tell you about the one recipe that I always use when I have to serve a crowd, and that's for baked ham. It's hard to feed big groups of people, so I'm a big fan of the buffet. You don't have to worry about timing anything, and a ham always goes over really well.
Julie, I love a buffet too, and a ham is a great way to go. So let's get started with it. And all we're going to do is prep our pan.
If you line your roasting pan with foil first, trust me, you will thank yourself later because you'll just eliminate all the cleaning up that you have to do. The glaze really sort of bakes onto the bottom. So if you don't line it with foil, you're going to be scraping that pot for many hours after everyone has gone home.
I'm placing the ham cut side down into the roaster, and there are a few reasons I'm doing this. Number one, you want the cut side down so it stays nice and moist during the roasting process. And number two, all of the glaze will just slowly go down all of the sides of the outside of the ham.
Oh yeah, putting the ham cut side down will definitely prevent any mishaps taking that ham out of the oven because they're heavy, and when they roll around, you know, you don't want to just roll right out of the roasting pan. And also, you have the maximum surface area, so you get all the crispy bits and the caramelized bits in the bottom of the pan. Oh, it's so good.
Now we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about an hour to an hour and a half. I'm just about to pull the ham out of the oven, and I'm going to make this fantastic glaze of Julie's. It's so simple, 3 ingredients, and they go right together. We have balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, and some stone ground mustard. I'm using a balsamic vinegar here, just a plain old balsamic. If you have aged, you can use that, but you don't need to. Any balsamic will do.
I'm so stingy and cheap with my balsamic vinegar. I have some expensive stuff that I use sparingly, you know, on salads and in bread dips and that sort of thing. But when it comes to ham, I totally just use the cheap stuff.
Make sure that you put the glaze all over the ham, but you're going to keep some because we're putting this back in the oven for about 30 minutes and we're going to glaze every 10 minutes, so we're going to need a little extra glaze. If you have time to cook this a little bit longer, it will just get darker and more caramely and rich.
I'm all for more caramelized and yummy. If you just want to keep roasting that ham, just go right ahead. Just make sure it doesn't burn, because sugar burns quite easily. So roast it until it's as dark as you want it. The other great thing about a baked ham is that it's just as good cold or at room temperature as it is hot. So if you put it out, you don't have to worry about keeping it hot. If it cools down, that's okay. It still tastes great. You can set out some buns, you can put, you know, mashed potatoes or macaroni and cheese, or, I mean, everything goes well with a roast ham or baked ham.
Yes, Julie, I couldn't agree with you more. A ham does go with everything. And if you're serving this for a buffet, I have a little trick for you. We're going to flatten just this one side of our ham. And the reason we do that is so when we put it on our platter, it won't rock, it won't move, it'll stay nice and stable for everybody to cut a piece off of. We want to slice about 1/4 inch thick.
And people can serve themselves, and it's just so easy and it's so delicious.
Julie, this looks fabulous, and I'm sure everyone's going to be blown away at the buffet. So give this recipe a try. Let us know what you think. Get more tips and recipes from the Betty Crocker Kitchens at bettycrocker.com.